It was a grey morning in the 7th century in a remote village of Ireland. The mist covering the fields seemed to carry the secrets of a world on the brink of change. In the home of a powerful tribal chief, a young girl with bright eyes and a pure heart was about to face a destiny that would mark history. Her life, born amidst the paganism of her homeland, would become a flame of faith in a time when Christianity still struggled to take root. This young girl was Dymphna, a soul destined to be a beacon of hope for those who suffer. But before becoming a symbol of healing, she would have to confront the darkest aspects of the human heart. The distorted love of a father consumed by grief and madness. Dymphna was born into a family marked by deep spiritual contrasts. Her father, Damon, was a pagan tribal leader known for his strength and severity. Her mother, on the other hand, was a devout Christian who practiced her faith in secret at a time when Christianity was viewed with suspicion by many. Despite the religious differences in her home, Dymphna grew up surrounded by the love and wisdom of her mother, who taught her about the one true God and the beauty of compassion. From a young age, the girl displayed a natural kindness and extraordinary devotion. Her small hands distributed bread to the poor, while her lips murmured silent prayers. At the age of 14, Dymphna took a vow of chastity, promising to dedicate her life entirely to Christ. Her decision was firm, but she had no idea that this choice would soon be tested in unimaginable ways. The tranquility of Dymphna's childhood was shattered when her mother passed away suddenly. The death of his wife plunged Damon into an abyss of sadness and despair. He withdrew from his role as a leader and began to lose his sanity. In an attempt to fill the void consuming him, Damon decided to find a new wife. However, no one seemed to match the beauty and grace of his late wife. Over time, Damon's grief turned into a dark obsession. He began to see in his own daughter, Dymphna, the embodiment of his deceased wife. Her beauty and purity seemed to bring forth painful memories while simultaneously fueling dangerous madness. Damon made the dreadful decision to marry Dymphna, believing this would heal his pain. Horrified by her father's plans and remaining faithful to her vows and love for God, Dymphna categorically refused. However, Damon would not take no for an answer, and the danger grew increasingly real. That was when Father Gerabernus, Dymphna's confessor, took action. He organized an escape, taking Dymphna and a few friends far away from Ireland. The journey was long and fraught with danger. Under the cover of night, the small group crossed lands and seas seeking a safe haven. Finally, they arrived in Gheel, a small town in Belgium. There they found refuge and a brief moment of peace. In Gheel, Dymphna dedicated her days to prayer and helping the poor. Her heart always turned toward God. But Dymphna's peace was short-lived. Consumed by madness, Damon used all the resources at his disposal to track down his daughter. When he finally discovered her whereabouts, he traveled to Gheel with his soldiers. The encounter was filled with tension and despair. Damon demanded that Dymphna return to Ireland with him and accept her fate. But Dymphna, only 15 years old, stood firm in her faith and courageously refused. Her eyes, filled with determination, faced her father with a strength that came from above. Enraged and completely consumed by madness, Damon committed the most terrible act of his life. He took the life of his own daughter and that of Father Gerabernus, turning the place into a scene of martyrdom. Dymphna's blood was spilled, but her purity and faith remained intact. Shortly after her death, the residents of Gheel began to notice something extraordinary. At the site where the young girl had been martyred, miracles began to occur. People suffering from mental illnesses found healing and relief. Even in death, Dymphna continued to spread compassion and hope. Over time, Gheel became a center for the care and treatment of people with mental disorders. Inspired by Dymphna's story, the townspeople developed a unique culture of care. To this day, Gheel is known as a model city for mental health care, a direct legacy of the young martyr. Saint Dymphna was canonized by the Catholic Church and is venerated as the patron saint of those facing mental and emotional health challenges. Her story is a testament to courage and faith in the face of adversity. The city of Gheel, where Dymphna was martyred, developed a unique model of care for people with mental illnesses. Since the Middle Ages, local residents have welcomed patients into their homes, creating a community of care based on dignity and respect. This system is considered pioneering in the field of mental health. The site of her martyrdom became a sanctuary visited by pilgrims from around the world. Many travel to Gheel seeking spiritual or emotional healing, and relics of Saint Dymphna are still preserved in the church built in her memory. Saint Dymphna is one of the few patron saints directly associated with mental health. Her intercession is often sought by those facing depression, anxiety, and other emotional conditions, making her a figure of hope and comfort for many. An ancient manuscript recounts that shortly after her martyrdom, people suffering from demonic possessions or mental illnesses visited the site of her death and experienced miraculous healings. These accounts were pivotal in her canonization. Saint Dymphna is depicted in artwork holding a sword, symbolizing her martyrdom, and a Bible representing her unwavering faith. This imagery reflects her courage and devotion. Her story strongly resonates in modern times, as the struggle for dignity and mental health remains a critical issue. Saint Dymphna is a reminder that even amidst suffering, there is hope and healing. Her story is deeply moving and full of lessons that touch our hearts, especially when we face difficult challenges in our own lives. Her courage in the face of such a dark and terrible situation, like her father's obsession, is a testament to a faith that remains unshaken even in the face of extreme danger. Reflecting on her brief life, I think about how she chose to stay true to her values, even when the cost of that fidelity was so high. Dymphna shows us that true strength does not come from avoiding challenges, but from facing them with dignity. Her story also touches on a deeply human issue: the pain of loss, the impact of mental health, and the bonds of love that can sometimes be distorted by grief. Damon's suffering, while incomprehensible in his actions, reminds us of how despair can blind and strip people of their humanity. At the same time, Dymphna teaches us that the light of compassion and faith can endure even in the darkest times. Moreover, Saint Dymphna's legacy in Gheel, where her memory inspired a system of care for people with emotional and mental challenges, serves as a reminder of how love can transform tragedy into new opportunities for healing. Thinking of Saint Dymphna invites us to look at those suffering around us, especially those facing invisible battles in their minds and hearts. It is a call to be compassionate, patient, and willing to offer a safe space for acceptance and understanding. Her life inspires me to believe that even in our weaknesses and pains, God can work miracles, not just for us, but through us. May we have Dymphna's courage to face life's storms and the generosity to care for those who need help along their journey. Prayer to Saint Dymphna. Saint Dymphna, patroness of those suffering from mental and emotional challenges, intercede for us. Inspire us to remain strong in our faith, even in the most difficult moments. Help us to be instruments of compassion and healing in the lives of others. Amen. The story of Saint Dymphna teaches us that faith, courage, and love can overcome even the darkest moments. Her unwavering devotion and sacrifice show us that even in the midst of pain, there is hope and the possibility of healing. Saint Dymphna inspires us to be more compassionate toward those facing emotional and mental challenges, reminding us of the importance of welcoming others with respect and kindness. If you were moved by this story, don't forget to subscribe to the Saint's Journey channel. Here you'll find many other inspiring stories of saints who transformed the world with their faith. Like this video, share it with your loved ones and help spread this message of hope and inspiration. Now we'd love to know, what aspect of Saint Dymphna's story touched your heart the most? Leave your answer in the comments. We love hearing your thoughts. Before you go, watch the recommended video above, specially chosen for you. It tells another fascinating story that will surely strengthen your faith and warm your heart. May God bless you, and see you in the next video.